something just came to me when I was brushing my teeth. I think what we're going to start seeing a lot of, you start seeing people in reference to, you know that story, the kid that cried wolf? And he kept crying wolf, and it got to the point where he cried wolf so much that nobody believed him. Nobody believed him. There's more, to the story of that, but I mean, essentially, I think that's what we're seeing right now, is to all those people, they cried wolf so many times, gave reasonings behind the actions that didn't make any sense, created false stories and agendas, created all these illusions and all these tactics and all these manipulative tendencies across the board, where it's like they just keep doing it. They keep doing it so much where it's getting to be where it's like, okay, you've cried wolf so much, we don't believe you anymore. We don't believe you anymore. You can create all these illusions, you can create all these tactics, you can create all these events, but at the end of the day, we don't even believe you anymore. Whether it's true or not, we can't even believe you because you cried wolf so much. And there's no truth within the area of what you're crying. It's not landing on any truth. There's no facts. There's manipulated documents. There's manipulated justification. There's manipulated jurisdiction. There's manipulated power. There's manipulated control. That's where you find the gray lining, the silver lining in the truth. And so right now we're seeing where it's like, these people, unfortunately, they've cried wolf so much, nobody believes you. And it's unfortunate because in the midst of you crying wolf, it's at other people's demise. It's at other people's demise. All this could have been avoided. All of this could have been avoided if you just didn't take the mechanics and the measures that you guys went to when it came to Charlie Kirk. If you just did what you thought you were going to do once you got into the house, if you stood on the words that you said, if you didn't bamboozle, if you moved in honorability and knowing, okay, I made unfavorable decisions, I partaked in unfavorable things, I surrounded myself by not great people that did really crappy things, and I own that. But I seek to do what's right and stand on what's right. And I seek to not move in the area of power, money, and greed, and do what's right for the American people in the generations to come. But it's just not what these people are doing. They're not. And I don't know that they're going to. I don't know that they're going to. I pray for that. I pray for them. I pray for their souls. Because everybody deserves to walk in freedom. They truly do. But it's a measure of what you consider freedom to be. You have free will in that. You surely do have free will in that. And you decide what's important to you. Whether that's money, your status quo, your merch sales, the amount of wealth you have, and it's one of those things, and so everybody has free will in that, and so it's one of those things. But if you're like the little boy that cried wolf, eventually it's going to meet your demise just like it did his. And so you have to be careful with that. You can't throw stones and hide your hands and think that there's not going to be any repercussions of that. Some way, shape, or form down the road, it might stay underground. It might stay hidden. You might have control in that venture of the beast, but somewhere down the way, somewhere down the road, it's going to show its ugly colors. It just is. And it generally is going to when the theater starts coming into play. The theater. I kind of resonate with that because everything in my life started to become theater, really. And all the different players and all the different friendships and relationships. It really did become theater. It's definitely become theater in this last year, to say the least, in reference to interactions, people that pop up in my workplaces. And it's just, and then the words that come out of their mouth, it's so theater. It's extra. It's extra. It's a bit much. And so you can kind of start picking up on that. And so you just play into it. You're like, okay, whatever. It just doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't. When you move in your truth and you have nothing to prove and you have nothing to hide, it makes no difference. It makes no difference. There's no point in trying to prove something that, at the end of the day, it's all perceptions. It's all to what people choose to believe. And you kind of start realizing that because you see the strong pull and the strong hold that is so prominent within our world right now, because of the amount of control that money has on people. And so when you start picking up on that, you have to recognize, you kind of have to start seeing people for who they are behind the mask that they wear. And you kind of start picking up on things in reference to that. And so you pick your battles. You pick your battles in understanding what is worth your time, what is worth your energy, what is worth your intentions, what is in reference to your thinking. And you just kind of start moving and operating in that works best for you, because it's different for all of us. It's different for all of us. And so it's one of those things you kind of have to figure out what that is for you, and then once you kind of start moving and operating in that, you kind of go into your day-to-day actions and move accordingly. And so it's one of those things. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of theater. I mean, you got to understand, we have a lot of people in this world that really desire a lot of interesting things. They truly do. And it's like, it's funny to me because I'm like, golly, I know that is something really important to you and I respect that, but do you understand what you're losing in the midst of trying to gain that? Whether it's clout, whether it's fame, whether it's fortune, whether it's wealth, whether it's a title, whether it's status quo. There are things that you lose in the journey of trying to achieve certain things, depending on what you choose to do to achieve them. And so everything that you do kind of takes a little nibble, a little bite off your soul. And it really truly does, because you know what you do. God knows what you do. And so it's one of those things, you can't avoid that no matter how much you try to go into this world and create false facades. And so it's one of those things. But I hope this video resonated. But yeah, that's something. Yeah, it's the little boy that cried wolf. We're seeing that right now. We are indeed. So just give them that. Let them have it. They need it. They really do need it. So just let them have it. Don't allow it to affect you. Just be like, oh, okay, another staged event. Good gracious. I got nothing on that. I'm glad everybody's safe. I am glad that everybody is safe. And I hate that was so traumatizing for so many. And my heart goes out to them. But my heart also goes out to everybody that's being traumatized right now. And all of the countries that are being affected by this war. My heart also goes out to everybody that has been harmed and hurt and taken out of this world before their time because of all the Pharisees we have running this world. My heart goes out to them too. It does indeed. So, I love you guys. Have a great day.